905 for Eric Corey. It's Knight, Peak, Terrell, Tark, and Chandre Jones for Jamel McMillan's Motor City Cruise. Unavailable for the Cruise today is the Electric Xavier Simpson after he received a 10-day contract with the Memphis Grizzlies. He was a big spark in that game on Wednesday morning. But he is not available today in the 905. Omari Moore, fresh off a career-high 29 points. He's got two quick.
Well-deserved 10-day call-up for Xavier Simpson as well. Congratulations to him. And Noel just picking up right where he left off with a dime pass to Omari Moore to get him on the board early on.
5 assists in the first half for Marquise Noel in his return. First time in over 2 months. Anthony Tark drives into the paint. Good defense from Kevin O'Banner in the 905.
Great defense. Great defense. You see Marquise Noel affecting the game on both ends of the floor already. That possession, he didn't know where to pass the ball as Marquise Noel was guarding two people at the same time, being in the help position, staying low and active. So if that ball comes out, he's there to intercept it.
Daryl Morcell to Marquise Noel, and Kevin O'Banner will take the three, and it's a quick 5-0 start.
2 assists already for Marquise Noel. Nice shot, Kevin O'Banner. 9:05 off to a good start.
Tark takes the ball back. Sam Peak. Well, had some nice moments, particularly in the first half on Wednesday. Gets it to Nathan Knight, who led the way with 16 and 16 for the Cruise. Missed the three. Offensive rebound. Jones inside again to the big man Knight, and it's another turnover from the Cruises. MK starts Omari Moore on the fast break and making a 7-0 run.
9:05 getting off to the races. Great head man by McCord Maker, and Omari Moore finishing.
Jones goes around the screen, goes over the head, and Knight is having some trouble with ball control. It's his second straight turnover, and Omari Moore will take the transition three. It's short.
Well, this is really good basketball in this first 2 minutes of this game for the 9:05.
Omari had 3 made three-pointers in the game on Wednesday. They were the first points of the night as Sam Peak, the 22-year-old, former Stetson Hatter in the NCAA.
He had a great game last game offensively. Doesn't average a ton of points, but had a solid outing against the 905 in the first game.
Noel, deep three, too strong. Kevin O'Banner, offensive rebound. 905 had 17 of those in the game. MK for three. It's a 10-2 start for the Raptors 905.
Picking up right where he left off, knocking down his first three of the game. He did that again 2 days ago against the same team. Made his first three.
MK also had 3 triples against the Cruise on Wednesday. Peak has got 2 more points, I should say, total of 4. As the Motor City Cruise trying to weather this early storm. O'Banner, good look at 3, too strong. Ball taken by Anthony Tark. To Jones, back to Tark. Gets it to Terrell. Another player that had some nice moments for the Motor City Cruise, and a tough little mid-range shot for Ryan Terrell. That goes down. Terrell, 14 points. His best output of the season. Noel to MK. How about some more mid-range for the big man?
How about some more assists? 5 assists on 5 made field goals for this 905 team. They're moving that ball, and it's looking pretty.
4 of them coming from Marquise Noel. Kevin O'Banner takes that right off the rim. 905 lead early by 6. Noel this time has a tip off of a Motor City Cruise defender. Moore, with the inbound right in front of the Raptors 905 bench. Noel to the corner. Yes. 3 is in from Daryl Morcell. Rinse and repeat, my friend. Morcell was hot on Wednesday, and he's back again.
Talk about impact, though. I mean, you gotta look at who these passes are coming from and what he's able to do in the game thus far. Marquise Noel playing 4 minutes, and has 5 assists already.
They Morris had number 6 there. Instead, it was stripped out of Amari Moore's hands. 3-ball the other way, no good. And Daryl Morcell, first career double-double on Wednesday. Already has one made triple. This time gets it inside to Marquise Noel. Raptors 905 unable to secure the basketball, and it is a turnover, the first one of the day. Motor City already has 4 turnovers. They don't commit a lot of turnovers, but it is a tough Friday night here in Mississauga for the Crews.
They lead the G League in that department, only turning the ball over around 13 times a game, but they turned it over and they gave up some old boards to the 905 in their first meeting 2 days ago, and doing the same thing here.
Peak at the elbow. That's up and no good, and O'Banner and MK get on the same page for the rebound. Crews led by 11 at halftime, but the Raptors 905 outscored Motor City by 25 points in the second half, including by 11 in the fourth quarter. Offensive rebound, and he slams it, but it rattles out off the back rim. Alley-oop opportunity in deep, and that is converted by Nathan Knight. MK had a similar play on Wednesday where he just took it off the backboard and then slammed it home. This time just a little too aggressive.
We call that the second jump. His wasn't high enough or explosive enough to put that ball in the basket and not over top of it.
Kevin O'Banner runs out of room baseline, and he turns the ball over with Chandre Jones on the big man MK, and a foul is called.
Okay, that's good hustle. MK picking up his first personal there.
No easy buckets.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, Matt. No easy buckets.
Timeout on the floor. Raptors 905. A hot start. And the rookie Omari Moore picking up where he left off. MK.
The Raptors 905 had the most G League call-ups this season. And one of those is Kobe Simmons right now, who is on a 10-day. I spoke to Kobe about getting that deal. He says he was at home reading and that it was a big moment for him. He's been trying since 2023 in the summer when he was waived by Charlotte to get back on an NBA roster. And he said when he played in the game with the Raptors against Brooklyn, it's the most minutes he's had since he was 20. He's going to take advantage of this contract. He's going to bring energy, bring that dog mentality, show the NBA he belongs there. And Matt, I asked Coach Corey about it, and he said that during that Brooklyn game, that Kobe kind of reminded him of Pat Bev with how aggressive he was, and that he was challenging the guys out there, and it was awesome to see.
One of the great NBA defenders.
And trash talkers
and
as well.
I was going to say there's a multitude of levels there, but certainly effective. And yeah, Lindsay, great storytelling. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Raptors 905 having 4 players getting opportunities to play with the Raptors this year. Justice Winslow also earning a spot back in the NBA too. Morcell to Kevin O'Banner in the low post. Double team comes, and Nathan Knight knocks it out of bounds. And we're going to have a chance to talk with Raptors 905 General Manager Luke Wynn in the second quarter. So that coming up shortly. And of course, it's great to see 905 players get the chance to be at the next level in the NBA with the Raptors or maybe with another team. But it makes it difficult for the GM and the coaching staff to have so many players coming in and out. So we'll talk to Luke about that. Last second on the shot clock, Miles Burns, who addressed the crowd. The nice little pregame speech, fan appreciation night. He's become Mr. Energy on this team, and he's one of the first guys off the bench now, and he's earned that role.
100%. Miles Burns is a rookie, known as a defensive player, and he just plays his tail off. There's no way around it. Gives that energy, and he does the little things.
6-0 run for the Motor City Crews as they have climbed back into this game. It's a 2-point contest. Drake Jeffries also onto the floor. Same with Jaden Dallaire, had some nice moments, particularly in the fourth quarter. Omari gets to Miles Burns. Burns up, and Miles Burns with the and one.
Mr. Energy sweeps baseline. He's just seeking contact and throws that ball up and it goes in. I don't even know if he saw the angle of the backboard on that layup attempt, but when you try as hard as he does, good things usually happen.
So Burns at the line for the chance at the end one. Raptors 905 putting a lot of emphasis on the free throws as they were much better in the second half. Up over 70% free throw shooting in the second half. Well, it was 16 of 24 on the day.
66%. Not the greatest.
It was below 50 for a while.
There you go.
And when it counted, the 905 were able to make those buckets. In tight for the Crews. No good this time.
Talking about Delaire and his impact, I think he fit right in with what the 905 were trying to accomplish. 18 points for him on the night and 5 rebounds.
Delaire inside, looks around. Jeffries is up top, tries to get past Terrell, unable to do so. 5 on the shot clock, now 3. Omari Moore contested 3 ball. Offensive rebound was there for a second for Burns, eventually taken back by Knight. It is Jones. To Terrell. To Pete, stripped the basketball, but it comes right to Ryan Terrell. He says, thank you very much, puts it in. 7 points already.
And he came off the bench and he had himself a solid game, halfway to what he scored in the last game.
Delaire into the paint with a big stomp, bounce pass into the middle, turnaround from Burns, no good. Delaire offensive rebound, and he will go to the line. And again, the Raptors 905 picking up right where they left off. The O boards again, Warren.
Matt, they're being relentless in there. Miles Burns with a little step back jumper, too hard off the rim, but Delaire just coming in, crashing the glass. And you want to talk about not having offense runs for you. I don't think there's a play that Jaden Delaire has run for him, but he finds a way to be effective by just doing that. And that's how you get on the floor. If you're a young player at home and, most people don't practice this game to be a role player. Everyone wants to be a Steph Curry, LeBron, but if you really want to play and get minutes, that's how you do it. It's that simple. You have to outwork other people, and good things usually happen.
Jones makes a 3. He made 4 of them, all in the first half in Wednesday's contest, and he's now 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. And the Motor City Crews are just back within 2 points. It's been a strong second half of this first quarter. Jeffries in front of his own bench, cans the 3.
Been waiting for him to get involved in the three-point party. That's what he does. One of the better three-point shooters on this 905 team.
Jermaine Haley signed today out of the player pool for the Motor City Crews. Gets the ball back to Jones, I should say, and Jones is no good from beyond the arc.
They say the puck. This ain't hockey, man.
Well, it is a delicate balance, my friend. Hockey basketball. There's Kevin O'Banner. Takes that 3 in the 905. Strong three-point shooting here already. 5 of 10 from beyond the arc.
And 9 assists on 9 made field goals, Matt, more importantly. So not only is the basketball moving, but the ball's going in the rim.
Up top, Terrell has got a lot of time to think about this 3, and he's not missing that. Already double digits for Ryan Terrell.
Yes, sir. That's good basketball by Motor City. Jones able to penetrate, sink, and shrink the defense into the paint. Everyone collapses and leaves Terrell wide open.
Starting the game 4 or 5 from the floor. Ryan Terrell now settles in on defense as Delaire takes the 3 in the 905. Looking for the 6th of the quarter, but instead get it back inside. Delaire unable to finish off of the feed from Jeffries. Jones, quick dribble into the paint. Again to Terrell. He's hot. Why not shoot that 3? This time no good. Miles Burns has the rebound. Burns goes behind the back. Transition to Delaire. No room to shoot the triple. Oh, clear the path. Jaden Delaire with the flush.
Everybody got out the paint.
Get out of the way.
Unfortunately, Coach Corey was in front of me, so I didn't see how that transpired, but I saw the result, and it was 2 points.
A firm 2 points at that. Timeout on the floor. Why don't we take another look at this little masterpiece here as Delaire. Everybody just gets out of the way. Delaire the finish, 905 by 7. Lindsay, yes, it is great to see the electric Marquise Noel back and available for the Raptors 905. He was very present as well during his recovery. He was often with the team. He was out bouncing the basketball, working out with the guys pre-game, getting up shots post-game as well. No matter how many games were left in the season, he wanted to be back before the bell rings on this G League season.
His impact cannot be overlooked, and I I'm often find myself stressing it because of all the little intangible things that he does that result in just how the team functions overall. And they look so much better with him being on the floor these last, well, this game in particular, but the one before that, he started the game off very well.
Tark makes a 3, and Motor City keeps this game close. Back to a 2-point game. By the way, Marquise Noel taking a seat, 5 assists already in the quarter. Delaire and MK. Daryl Morcell tries to get past Josh Alexander. Into the paint again. MK lost the ball. 5 on the shot clock. Delaire needs to work quickly. Haley is right on him. Inside to MK and 1. Late shot clock basket and a foul.
1 second left on the clock. 9:05 using every single second of the shot clock, moving that ball around. Great pass and patience by Delaire, and MK making sure he had the ball in his hands before he went up. Most of the time what happens is you start to panic and you want to go up before you even have possession of the basketball. MK being aware of the shot clock and the time and knowing how much time he had. Good finish.
MK 26 points on 9 of 16 shooting, mixed in 8 rebounds as well in 36 minutes. In front of a sold-out crowd on Wednesday morning. Another good crowd here. This is Miles Burns. A lot going on. That is the end of the first quarter as Terrell put up a late 3. That was not going to count. Enter the Raptors 9:05 lead by 7 over the Motor City Crews, and pleased to be joined by a very special guest here on our broadcast. It's Raptors 905 General Manager Luke Wynn. Luke, normally you're a couple of rows behind us here to get a better vantage point, but you're in the front row with us here. We really appreciate it. First of all, let's talk about the season here so far. Your first season as the General Manager of the Raptors 905. Overall thoughts, what's it been like?
Oh, you know what? I think we have 2 goals with the team, and one of them, the biggest one overall, would be to be a successful development pipeline, and a successful development pipeline especially for the Raptors. And in that case, we've had 5 call-ups, 4 different players called up to the Raptors, which makes me very proud. You know, I just saw Mo G and Kobe Simmons walk in. Proud to see them playing for the Raptors this week. We had Javon Freeman-Liberty converted to a full NBA deal. We also had Justin Winslow get another 10-day. So in that sense, we're actually near the top of the entire G League in NBA call-ups, which makes me proud.
You're second to be exact, which is a phenomenal feat. And how would you say you've dealt with the irregularities of the G League, where, you know, prior to a game, you don't even know who's in the lineup? That has to be hard for you as a GM to try and plan, knowing that some of the players you thought would be here won't be here, and then other ones are gone, and, you know, game to game.
Sure, I think that until you're in this GM seat, you don't realize how important adaptability is to success in the G League, and you need to be ready for anything, whether that's a game where you have an NBA assignment like Grady Dick coming down, or whether you have a game where you have 6 healthy players and you're, you know, bringing in a few players in Ubers from you know, from hours away in
Whatever
Greensboro.
it takes.
You have to be ready for any scenario.
There's a big flush.
I got a follow-up question. Who's your pick in the NCAA tournament?
Oh, I mean, UConn just looks like absolutely dominant so far. I think UConn and Houston are the 2 best teams. So
okay.
I will. I know that's chalky,
okay.
but UConn has looked extremely dominant so far.
Okay, fair. Okay.
So neat hearing so many great stories. A couple of members of this Raptors 905 team had deep runs, including the man who has the ball right now, Marquise Noel, with Kansas State last year, going to the Elite 8. Now, he's been out for the last couple of weeks. What's it been like working with him, working with the team, and obviously getting him back to be a factor here late in the season?
Not just weeks. It's been since January 20th. I've been waiting. I'm really excited to have Marquise back, even if it's just for 2 games here at the end of the season, because when he was right, you know, he was voted into the G League All-Star game. Marquise was one of the best point guards in the G League. When we had Marquise, we beat the #1 team in the West, Sioux Falls, at Showcase. I think we looked great, and I'm so happy that he's been extremely diligent about his rehab to get back. And, you know, we want to set everyone else up for success, and for Marquise to get back out here and have 2 strong, you know, be a part of 2 strong games for the end of the season. I think that creates a lot of momentum for him going into a big, you know, post-rookie offseason.
Definitely.
And at 5'8", he's obviously a very unique player, has fantastic vision, can shoot the three. But what was it you liked most about his game, and why did you want him north of the border with the Raptors 905?
Yeah, I like the shooting part. I think that we've always liked guys with really big chips on their shoulders, and I think Marquise is, he has a big chip on his shoulder. He has huge ambitions. He takes the game extremely seriously. He lives and dies by it. I think we've seen that this year, and felt like someone who he had the kind of mentality to overcome being that size, I think, and get the most out of his game. And I've been happy with when he's been available. I've been happy with how he's played this year.
Yeah, he's the first player to touch an NBA floor since 2012 at his size. So you're taking a big chance on someone of his size, but at the same time, his caliber of player, of athlete, is phenomenal. I mean, the things he can do on the floor, his vision. I mean, I think all of those things make him an exceptional athlete, exceptional player. So great job picking him up. I can say that. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, we felt like Marquise also was one of the best shot creators for teammates out there in the entire rookie class last year. And, he's an unselfish guy, and he'll create a lot of great looks with threes at the rim. And, felt like that would be a ideal kind of player to be in our development group, because we wanted to get him better, but we also thought he was someone who would make other rookies and other development players better.
What would you say the identity of the 905 is? I mean, you guys have been through some long losing streaks. You've won. You've beat good teams. You've lost to other teams. What would you say? You would categorize this group as?
Well, I've been impressed with their resilience as we go into this last week of the season. I mean, we're not a playoff team, but I think that these guys, we're still standing. We approach this week in a very serious way. Like, this is very meaningful basketball for, them setting themselves up going into the summer, and also just reminding the league that when we were right, we've beaten 5 different playoff teams. And I think that leaving that impression potentially on the way out that, we could be one of the best teams in the league when we had everybody healthy and together. I thought that was important.
In conversation with Raptors 905 General Manager Luke Wynn, I want to ask you about the man that's standing just a few feet in front of us here, someone you know very well, and Coach Eric Corey. This is his second full season here, and he was telling us in our pregame availability that a neat little story between you two is that Masai Ujiri, of course, the Raptors president and vice chairman, when the opportunity came to bring you on board, he was asking Eric Corey, said, have a look at this article. You're a former journalist, and Coach Corey, of course, knows you very well, said that was a pretty cool connection. Now you get to work together. So what's this season been like for you? And going back to Warren's question as well, so much movement up and down, injuries, guys in and out. What's it been like for you overall?
Yeah, I mean, there were times where I had to apologize to Eric purely because I knew how difficult it was to only have 6 or 7 guys available. Because we made some conscious choices to weather injuries in the name of development. Like Omari Moore, he was out for 6 weeks with a broken hand. We wanted to stick with him and see where it goes, those are the kind of sacrifices that you can kind of make in a development environment, and that's not always the easiest on coaches to have to deal with a roster that's constantly changing and often shorthanded. So I've appreciated the way a big thing that could have happened when you're losing early in the season is that you lose the locker room. And this coaching staff, they did not do that. They stayed focused on, keeping the culture together, stayed focused on individual guys' development, keeping them locked in. And I was very impressed with what they did that way, because it easily can go the other direction if you're not conscious of like everyone's mentalities and making sure they're all feeling like they're still getting better despite a record.
And speaking of Coach Corey, you both have rather unconventional paths here leading towards the NBA and the NBA G League. Coach Corey has a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering, a master of applied sciences, and you don't often see a journalist and reporter go to NBA G League general manager. So what's the road been like in that unconventional path that you two have shared, and why did you ultimately choose to go in this direction?
Yeah, I think, look, I was a writer at Sports Illustrated for over a decade and had not initially thought about going to the NBA, but Masai and I were in some of the same places looking at players, studying players that way. He talked to me about kind of like you'll be in some of the same places, but finding talent versus writing about talent. And I think that to me it was an incredible opportunity.
Lindsay, take it away.
Hey, Luke, first year, we've been talking about this for your first season, and I'm sure there's been moments throughout it that were not on the job description. So I'm curious, what has been one of the more challenging and most challenging part of this first season for you?
Sure. I think early in the season when we did not have enough healthy bodies to often, or when we were nearly trying to award forfeits in the early season just because we were kind of weathering some injuries with key guys, but we cared about those guys and we wanted to see them get healthy and see what they could do later on. And so we took some lumps. We took on emergency players, honestly, that we flew in sometimes the day of games, or put in Ubers from 2 hours away in North Carolina. And we did that a few times just to kind of, because we were playing the long game, I think. We were trying to get Justice Winslow healthy to play with us. We were trying to get Omari Moore healthy. We were trying to get Marquise Noel healthy, and because we wanted to see what would happen with those guys. And I think that ultimately that's the right call to make, because you are playing the long development game here. And if it means a few crazy ones in the short term, hey, we'll weather that.
You mentioned the players that had an opportunity to get an opportunity at the next level, and when it comes to Justice Winslow, it's an opportunity to get back at that next level, earned a 10-day contract with the Raptors earlier in the year, and when he puts down his shoulder, not many players in this league or in the NBA are stopping him. What's it been like working with him this year, and how happy have you seen his development after what was a tenuous injury situation?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be a part of his kind of story of getting back into professional basketball after an injury that could have stopped some guys altogether. He's been a valuable player on the court to this team, but he's also been extremely valuable off the court in terms of leadership. He didn't just approach it as, hey, I'm casually here as a vet, this is beneath me. He actually, he lived in the same housing as the rest of the guys here. He mentored them on the court. He increased the level of professionalism up and down the roster. And so I think that sometimes you can bring in someone like that who might check out, but he was fully engaged in the team, and I really appreciate what he's done for us this year.
I want to ask you about your wild rookie. That's what I call him, because he's out there going 110 miles per hour. I think he'd run through a wall for you. So tell me about Miles Bridges and Miles Burrow, and his development.
I think Miles we like some outside the box prospects, and I think Miles, having been an NAIA star who spent 1 year in the SEC, who was just a kind of a defensive monster. He had one of the highest steal rates in the country out of college. Obviously, had some shooting deficiencies that kept him from maybe getting drafted. But we wanted to take on a project like that or two a year, and I think that Miles has. There have been times this year where, look, sometimes the energy lags in a G League game, and you can call Miles off the bench, and he goes, it's like 180 miles an hour, and he goes, you might crash through the wall sometimes, but I also think that ups the level, and you need a guy like that coming off your bench, and I'm happy that we've had Miles start to finish here, because there's a lot of things about the G League game that he's learning in terms of advanced offensive tactics, but he's going to make something happen out of nothing.
And there's a good example. I must say, he has gotten better. Since the first time he started, he has definitely gotten better. And there you go, making something out of nothing, falling down and getting an and one. Who would you say this season has gotten from when they started to now? Who do you think on this G League? And it could be more than one player. Who has gotten better?
I would say, and I know we're coming off the last game, so it's the easy one. I think Omari Moore has made one of the bigger. I think everyone has gotten better to some degree. I thought Omari Moore has made a pretty big leap from day one to now. I mean, look, in the previous game against Motor City, he had 29, 11 assists, just one turnover. Looked like a very confident G League star to me in that game
as well.
And we want him to do that consistently. We think he's capable of it. Yes. But him showing those flashes when maybe early in the season he was still kind of finding his way or finding his place in the G League, that's why you stick with a guy like that, because you think that by February, by March, he can start to pop in this way. So I was proud of him.
In conversation with Raptors 905 General Manager Luke Wynn, and I want to ask about the next steps, because the G League offseason is a very long one. It's a very intense season, and then there's a very long offseason as well. And the Raptors have a very passionate fan base. I mean, the Raptors 905 sold the most tickets out of any G League franchise, sold the most merchandise. The appetite for basketball is certainly here. So what's next for some of these players that are maybe on the cusp of being part of the Raptors next year?
Sure. I think that we have Raptors summer development program. We have summer, we're looking at our summer league roster, The NBA season will end around April 15th, but for the Raptors, it's a full year development kind of thing, and so we want to have. It's always my goal to graduate 905 players into that group, and I think that we'll probably see some of the guys who played for 905 this year with the Raptors Summer League. We're still far enough away that we don't have that roster set, but that's a big part of our scouting group. As we're looking at the draft, we're also thinking about what's the makeup of that Summer League team. I've worked with that team the last few years. Chad Sanders is going to help. Former 905 GM is going to help build that roster this year. So looking forward to Vegas, and I think we'll have some 905 representation there.
I definitely agree, and I can't wait for Summer League. 905 is always represented there. Talk to me about Kevin O'Banner. I think he's made leaps and bounds. Remember, beginning of the season, didn't play all that much, and then he came off the bench and worked his way into the lineup, and then down in the showcase, he went crazy. And I think he showed flashes as well. Talk to me about his development.
Yeah, Kevin was someone who we scouted. I remember seeing him with Oral Roberts in the NCAA tournament during one of the pandemic years when I was out scouting. Seeing guys like Scotty and Scotty in the tournament as a freshman, and Kevin kind of caught my eye then. Had a good year at Texas Tech. He was a Portsmouth guy who committed to us on draft night on a training Exhibit 10 contract, and I think he's really grown. We've pushed him to kind of be a more confident shooter. He'd already came in that way, but I think that you saw at Showcase, Kevin he looked like, to me around that time, one of the better kind of stretch fours in the G League, and that was, I thought, a pretty big breakthrough. He's also, he's had to play behind guys like Justice or Mo G or Jonte. He's kind of had to deal with fluctuating roles, and that's a big thing. Final game of the season, Kevin's starting, playing a big role. We're counting on him. He's got to play a big role if we're going to win today.
Drake Jeffries, a three-pointer right in front of the Raptors 905 bench as it remains a tight game. Raptors 905 leading by 6 as we head down towards the end of the first half. And Luke, I know it's been a long season for you. Hopefully you do get a chance for a little bit of a break, but it's been a pleasure covering the team, and I know the Raptors 905 and their fans here will thank you for all the red-eye flights you took to be back on a Wednesday morning so you could be at practice. Thanks very much for taking the time here today. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to the off-season here and the big plans ahead.
Thank you guys for covering us too. It's really special also to just see how big of a crowd we have tonight. Final game of the season. Our fans have stuck with us. You guys, and you guys stuck with us too, so I'm enjoying listening to you even when I'm not here. All right.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best, more success, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, Luke Wynn, the Raptors 905 general manager, joining us here courtside. 54-51, Raptors 905 lead. Timeout on the floor. Halftime right around the corner. We knew about that, but can get it done shooting and in the paint as well. Over 24 points a game and almost 40 minutes as well. So some juggling to do for Coach Jamel McMillan in his first year with the Motor City Crews, bringing in Burnaby, BC native, a Canadian, and Jermaine Haley, last minute, wearing number 99 for the Crews today. But that is certainly a big loss for Motor City in its final game of the season.
It is definitely a big loss. He is one of the craftiest players in the G League. You see that running sky hook he likes to use. Shout out to Kareem.
I was preparing for that today.
So was I. I mean, no, he's a great player. Does a lot of things well. Good in ball screens, good in transition. 21, 9, and 5 in the last game, and that was an off night for him.
Stuffed at the rim is a big block there from 6'6" forward Anthony Tark. Motor City unable to capitalize. This game remains still in one possession. Omari Moore, is a blocking foul called on Ryan Terrell. And that's going to be a second.
Terrell was moving backwards. If he had stopped and just stayed stationary, it probably would have been an offensive foul on Omari Moore, but he was moving backwards. You see his feet here. He's not stationary. Definitely a block. But this game, Matt, I don't know if you noticed when we were talking to Lou, this game is
back and forth.
This is up and down. A little bit of a track meet.
And it has remained close as well. Motor City had the 11-point advantage a couple of nights ago. 90 seconds to go. Instead, this time it's the Raptors 905 by 5. Sam Peak lowers his shoulder. Pushes it back to Chandre Jones. Terrell is up top, has a game-high 18 points. Terrell around the screen. A foul is called as Nathan Knight tried to get him the basketball. And overall, it's been a productive second quarter here for the Crews, who are outscoring the 905 25-23.
Crews also shooting the ball well from 3, 9 for 16 for 56%. They also have 11 assists on 20 made field goals. So the ball's moving. Not as much as the 905 is, but the ball is moving for both these teams. They're getting up and down the floor. They're playing with pace.
Morcell picks up his second personal foul. And that is the 5th team foul in the quarter. So putting Jones at the line. It's just the 3rd trip to the line on the game for the Motor City Crews.
That is not something they do a lot of. They don't go to the free throw line a lot.
Big difference in the free throws in the game the other night. Inside to Omari Moore, unable to get the right hand to go. Morcell has that pop up. Raptors 905 went to the line 26 times.
Compared to the 14 that Motor City did tonight.
We'll see if that plays a factor. So we move into the second half. Morcell at the line, 3 of 7 shooting today. Also has 2 rebounds to go along with his 7 points. Make it 9 points now as he's good on the free throw.
They don't give up a lot of offensive rebounds, but the 905 have been able just to find their number. They've already had 7 O boards in this game in this first half, so halfway to what they average.
Alley-oop pass to Knight, who catches it on the ground, and that little sky hook again. It's still here.
It's good patience with his offhand as well.
3-point game again. O'Banner and Omari Moore, 2 rookies up top for the Raptors, 905.
Great cut.
Daryl Morcell in tight, offensive rebound on MK, and that is a foul called on the Raptors, towards the Raptors, 905, I should say.
This is demoralizing. Great cut by Morcell, just trying to go over the big, unable to finish, but MK there again, another O board for the 905, and that's demoralizing because now you have an opportunity to score, and it takes away from Motor City getting out there and running on the fast break.
Maker 2 of 2 from the free throw line today, 12 points and already 8 rebounds. Closing in on a double-double in the first half. 15 seconds to go and counting. Shot clock is dark. Jones goes around the screen. Terrell is up top. Deep 3 on the way. Too strong. 2 seconds to go. Tark will take it at the buzzer, and he has got it. And it's a 2-point game heading into half. Anthonyson for a number of members of the Raptors 905, but business first here, Warren. We've got a big half ahead of us, and it's a 2-point lead for the Raptors 905. And if you look at the stats across the board here, it's pretty tight.
Well, if 905 had we'll say, a phenomenal third quarter 2 days ago, they scored 34 points in that third quarter and held this Motor City team to only 20. So that should be the benchmark in which they're trying to repeat in this game. Let's see how things play out.
All right, we begin this second half with Motor City, the opening possession. Terrell, 18 points to lead all scores. He can make it 20 with that high kiss off the glass.
And he's having himself a game tonight. He's showing every way he can score. Well, Motor City coming out in a zone. I like this. They're playing chess tonight, giving the 905 a different look.
Terrell one off a career high now with 20 points on 8 of 12 shooting early third quarter. Daryl Morcell with Kevin O'Banner fakes the 3-2 on the shot clock. O'Banner gets it to go.
I thought Morcell had a layup there, but he made the extra pass to O'Banner. O'Banner able to get the shot off before the shot clock went.
Just before
literally
it expired.
A millisecond.
The 905 take the lead back by 2. Tark into the paint. Stops down, has Terrell, guarded by Marquise Noel. Tries to push into the paint. Still Terrell, turnaround, no good yet. Puts it up, and it's a career night for Ryan Terrell, 22 points.
He is cooking. He brought his frying pan today, Matt. He is cooking. That is a tough move.
That pivot foot was planted down and it was spinning around.
A little Kobe-esque right there. That is impressive.
O'Banner trying to get the lead back for the Raptors. 9:05. It's short on the three. Peak has the ball.
Motor City obviously running their offense through Terrell, looking for him every chance they can get, and there he is again.
Thought there was some contact. Play continues on. Daryl Morcell for the Raptors. 9:05. Loves to go downhill. Daryl into the paint. Offensive rebound. Kevin O'Banner make it 10 points, 5 assists with the O board.
I love when bigs do that. We call that a rim run. He ran right to the basket, followed up in transition, because you just never know. Someone can miss a layup just like that, and you get yourself 2 points.
Speaking of 2 points, it's fast scoring as Peak lays that in. We're back to a tie ball game. This time it's 64. Noel to McClure Maker.
Still in this zone.
Lots of room for O'Banner to shoot the three. Missed it short. Taken by Jones. Jones 10 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Gets it back to Tark, who misses that three well off the mark. Could be a high-scoring half if this keeps up.
But what it's done if Motor City
gets Sam Peak caught on a really creative-looking play.
The previous 2 possessions, sorry to interrupt you, Matt. The previous 2 possessions, 9:05 were stagnant on offense. Now Motor City goes back to man, and Marquise Noel just taking advantage of that with the quick blow by. But prior to that, the ball was sticking. And 9:05 didn't. They got an open shot, but it wasn't a good look because the ball wasn't really moving.
Well, good from the line. 2 of 2 from the stripe. Also had 6 assists. Love the hops on that play. Almost like Sam Peak nodding off to sleep, and then bam, the blow pass. Inside, O'Banner. That would have been thunder all night long, but Kevin O'Banner is fouled. He'll go to the line with the 9:05 up by 2.
You just never know with this group. Someone's about to dunk on somebody. You just really never know. Omari Moore coming down the lane, and Kevin O'Banner he got up.
Yeah, Nathan Knight making a business decision there, saying, I am getting involved.
I'm going to foul you. That's what he said. It's a nice sellout crowd we have here too. 9:05 fans been showing love all season long, especially those school day games, man. Oh my goodness.
4 or 5 of them this year for the Raptors. 9:05, including 18,500 strong down on Bay Street, downtown Toronto. Scotiabank Arena. That one in early December. Talking with the Raptors 9:05 general manager Luke Wynn earlier, the appetite for basketball in Toronto and the greater Toronto area, of course, Mississauga, a big part of that. It's strong. No good on the three. Raptors 9:05 will have to play defense on Peak, and visitors from Motor City have got it tied up again at 68.
Motor City got a little motor tonight.
They're hitting some shots.
Definitely got things going. They are making their shots, shooting over 50% from both 3 and 2.
Mari Moore off the side of the backboard. Jones has company with him. Jones in the calls his own number. Chandre Jones pushes the Raptors 9:05 into a timeout. Motor City up for the first time all night long.
You're on a 2-way contract with the Raptors. You know, for those that didn't hear, what was it like when you got that call? Where were you in the emotions?
I got that call first thing in the morning, actually. Like, my agent called me, waking me up, you know, and he told me the news, and, you know, I just was like, I couldn't believe it, you know, just like all the work I put in throughout the season, you know, just to see that happen and for it to come through, you know, it meant a lot to me. So, yeah, I was really excited.
You talk about all that work that you put in. I call you the king of the block party here with the 9:05. How do you feel that this season has helped you get to where you wanted to be?
It's helped me a lot, you know, obviously with us running the same type of offense and defensive schemes, you know, and them being able to monitor me throughout the year, working with the coaches down here, you know, it's helped me a lot and prepared me to go up, you know, just try to do my best with the opportunity I have. So, yeah.
I've saved the best question for last. It's something that's been bothering me. I thought I was the worst texter in the world, but the 9:05 put on social media. How many unread texts do you have on your phone? You have almost 800. Why, Mo? Why?
I don't know. I'm more like in-person type of talker, like phone calls, you know. Like I'm not big into texting, so yeah, I'm sorry. No.
Congratulations on everything. We appreciate your time. And to Matt and Warren, it's not a you thing, it's a Mo-G thing if he's not responding to your text. 800 unread, guys.
I was going to say, I know Matt's left me on red a few times.
No, I haven't. Come on. 800 though, that's crazy. That's a lot of people that want to hear some news.
That's crazy. 800 unread messages. Wow.
Next time I need to get a hold of Mo-G, it's a phone call, not a quick text.
Or nothing at all. Yeah, you know what? It actually I think I have a problem. Like, it actually bothers me when I have messages that are unread or emails. Like, I have to clear it out. Are you like that, or?
You know, I have to say I'm not 800 like Mo-G, but
there's a few in there.
I will leave some a couple of days when it's busy, and I do feel bad about that.
No, you don't.
But I do. It's never good. But you know, that's why you're a great communicator. You know? That's why you're in the broadcast business.
Good.
It's quick, efficient communicating. It translates over to the broadcast. You know, people get their responses, and everyone goes about their day. But great to see for Mo-G, yes, playing with the Raptors this year after signing a two-way deal, and Motor City now stretches the lead out again. Quick bucket inside.
Chandre Jones now up to 16 points in this game. The Motor City has 4 players now in double figures. They are making the 905 miss, and they're playing their game, getting out in transition, looking for their shooters.
Terrell has been hot tonight. You know he was making that three, his 5th of the evening. 25 points for Ryan Terrell.
This is the style Motor City wants to play. I think this zone, like I said, is the 905 a little bit more stagnant.
Deep three from Marquise Noel. No good. Ball out of bounds. Raptors 905 ball. Motor City has come out with a positive third quarter here, flipping the script from Wednesday morning. It's a 17-10 difference here in the third. Couple of changes with Marquise and McCour Maker coming out. Delaire and Miles Burns back in. As the 905 trail by 5, the biggest deficit of the evening. Amari Moore back up top to Daryl Morcell, who's got 9 points and 3 rebounds, and Morcell is into the paint, and a nice right hand goes down, and he's letting the referee know again.
I love that about Daryl Morcell. You have to live with that, though. He's such a competitor. He plays so hard. He wants to do everything right.
Jones deep 2, good, as Motor City stays hot, up over 54% field goal shooting today.
Chandre Jones taking a page out of Xavier Simpson's book, using that ball screen to effectiveness.
77-72 as Kevin O'Banner is in. This ball is staying with the Raptors. 905 out of bounds off of Nathan Knight.
Chandre Jones kind of playing hide and seek on that ball screen, just staying behind it, and as the roller rolls to the rim, stop behind and knock it down.
Got a double-double, 18 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. We're on triple-double watch, my friend. Out of bounds, and this is a turnover created by Ryan Terrell, who's not just doing it on offense, but on defense as well.
He is a baller. 10 for 15, 5 for 8, 25 points in 26 minutes. This is a completely different team in Motor City right now.
Jones to Terrell on the wing into the center. Nathan Knight up top to Chandre Jones, and let it fly from beyond the arc, and it's a rare miss from Jones. 905 stuck 5 points. Morcell driving right at Jones, spins around, drops it off, and Kevin O'Banner finishes. He's got 16.
Nice pass, Daryl Morcell. That's the way you drive, under control. Look for your teammate cutting to the rim.
Knight hands it off to Peak. Almost lost the ball to the former Ole Miss Rebel, Miles Burns. Peak is in. Tough shot. No good. Tark gets the rebound underneath and goes up through contact. And once again, the 5-point lead restored.
He might have stepped out of bounds on that possession. Ref had other ideas. See how the 905 play against the zone. There's two guys on the baseline, so I was going to say you can get the ball into the middle of the floor and attack that way. Someone has to step up.
Banner is stripped. Terrell waits for Omari to jump, and he is fouled. He's also shaken up. He will go to the line.
I think he got a bit of a cramp.
Something didn't feel right there. As Pete comes out, Haley comes in.
Heads up play by Terrell on that possession and fast break. I don't think he's known as a high flyer, so what does he do? Get someone up who is in the air and draws a foul on Omari Moore. It's only his first personal in the game.
Coming into this one, only averaging 5 points a night in around 14 minutes, but it's an opportunity with the two-way players not available for Motor City today, and Simpson out as well. He has made the most of it with 25 points, a career mark. Oh, there's an acrobatic finish. Miles Burns. Terrific.
Again, making something out of nothing. Miles Burns.
Three-point game again. Jones fires that ball across the target. Gets it to Haley, who's deep in the corner. Nathan Knight. Burns strips the ball away from him. Miles Burns flex into the crowd as well. He's feeling it. And speaking of Mr. Burns, up top to Kevin O'Banner. Straightaway center for the three. It just slips out. Would have been a tie game. Timeout is called by Motor City with 3:53 to go and what's been a wild third quarter. Motor City right back in it. A strong third, and it's the Crews by 3, but Miles Burns has got some other ideas on this night. How about this? Little Euro step behind the back. Got it. Mo G. Just 2 of 17. Yes. So this game is very much up for the taking, but Motor City good on 10 of 16 shots from the floor in the third quarter. That's why they've grabbed the lead here.
Most definitely, Matt. And this holds true. I mean, Raptors 905 shot 44% 2 days ago compared to Motor City, who was 42% from the field. From the three-point line, Motor City beat the 905 2 days ago, but it didn't matter because 905 had 62 points in the paint. In this game, right now, Motor City already has 23 points in this third quarter, so they've come out as the better team right now and executing offensively and defensively. This zone is giving the 905 fits, so the ball's not moving as much, and when it starts to stick, things are not as good.
Miles Burns in the paint, gets the defender to bite, but he can't get the shot to go. Jones has the rebound. To the corner, Sam Peak, who just put in a mid-range shot. He's got 12 points on the game. Peak with the left hand up top to Chandre Jones, who looks at the clock. 10 on the shot clock. 7 rebounds to go on with 18 and 11. Misses that shot. Delaire with one hand secures the rebound in front of Josh Alexander.
Good rebound by Delaire.
To the baseline. Burns quickly to Delaire. 3-point shot. Jaden Delaire got it.
That's good ball moving by the 905. Way to play.
7 points, 6 rebounds off the bench for Jaden Delaire. Jones. With Omari Moore right on him, into the paint, kicks to the corner. Alexander will take that three, and it's long, and Delaire's got another board. 9:05 within 2. Omari Moore charges toward the basket. Omari Moore will go to the line. Wanted that and one. Instead, he'll go to the line for a chance at a tie ball game.
I thought he was about to take off. It's a good drive. Getting to the middle of the floor. You always want to go middle. Sam Peak gets caught a little bit flat-footed. Omari Moore able to take advantage without really doing too much. I thought he's about to dunk that ball. I'm about to get up on my seat, man.
Well, we saw him do that yesterday, that right-hand windmill flush.
I almost took off your right arm when he did it, too.
Oh, jeez. Feeling it this morning. Yeah. That's what that was. I forgot about that.
My bad.
I got to take it easy on the bicep curls, but it's not that. It's the dunk.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's just exciting, you know?
Turnover from Motor City. The 12th of the ball game. in a tie game late third quarter. Terrell is set to check back in, leading all scorers with 25 points. Nathan Knight, who has 3 personal fouls, is also looking at a return. He's got 15 and 7. Here's Dallaire. Quick first step, and there's a foul call.
Good drive. Again, where's the penetration happening for the 905 these last 2 possessions? Everything to the middle of the floor. If you're going to be in a 3-2 zone, the middle of the floor, that high post is available. And if you can break it, if you can break down your defender by getting past the initial first line of the defense, everything is open. That back line only has 2 people there. 905 have to do a better job breaking this zone. Put the ball in the middle of the floor. Get it to Dallaire or MK and let them make a play. Someone in the corner is going to be open, and if not, you have shooters at that 3-point line that have to be open.
Good little run for the Raptors, 905. Knight into the paint, spins around, and the pass from Knight is too strong, and the 905 have the lead back.
Good defense.
And will now have another chance to add to that off of the Motor City turnover.
Well, they got some consecutive stops, and MK doing a good job staying down, not leaving his feet.
Inbound to Omari Moore with the 24-year-old Sam Peake guarding him for a moment. Into the corner, it's Jeffries. Jeffries to Dallaire. Fakes the deep 3. Jeffries to the perimeter, to the corner. Omari Moore lets the 3 go. No good. Jones has got another rebound. Now 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. Jones for 3. Pull up and got it. Cold-blooded 3 from Chandre Jones. He's got 21 points.
Nice pull-up. Big shot.
Down the other way, Jeffries. No good on the mid-range. Looking like could be a career night for Jones as well. One off a career high in points. He's already bested his career high with 8 rebounds. Previous was 6. And Jones has got the ball again. Terrell into the paint. Left. Terrell, no good. Rebound is loose. Fast break opportunity, 905. With Burns underneath, it just ran out of room. 20 seconds to go. Outlet pass to Terrell. Up, gets it to drop. 27 for Terrell, and it's an and 1 as he crashes into the backstop.
Now you can feel, he can see him. He's feeling it now. I think
he's hurting.
He's cramped up down there.
Yeah, he barely just had enough there on his tippy toes to get that one in. And for a guy that's averaging only 10 minutes a night, this is a real shift. He's up at 29 points, and the third quarter's not even done yet.
They're just going to show you how good the G League is. I mean, you get an opportunity to play and see the ball go in the rim. This is the result. Any night could be your night. Doesn't matter. First game of the season, last game of the season. Terrell now at 28 points in this game. He looks like a starter to me. I don't know about you.
11 of 17. Hard to argue with that, and he's a big reason why Motor City is up by 4. Omari Moore is guarded by Terrell. Jeffries, 2 on the game clock. Jeffries got it.
Big shot.
Raptors 905. Back within 1. This shot at the buzzer, no good. And Motor City has come back, but the Raptors.
That is a 2.
Calls a 3 on the floor. So Raptors 905. Start with the basketball. Noel inside to Morcell. Up top, Marquise Noel on the wing again. Inside to Maker, and Maker's shot just lips out. And Motor City leading by a 2-point field goal with Jones, who's 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. That will be a first in his career. Knight backs down on Maker, and there's a tough shot. Fouls on McCour Maker.
Tough call. Nathan Knight doing a good job there, dipping that shoulder. He tries to back McCour Maker down, and then right there, McCour Maker extends that left shoulder, which throws Nathan Knight off his balance, and that's why the ref blew that whistle. McCour has to do a better job fighting for position early on. Do your work early. Try and avoid that situation where You're getting caught in the post, and Nathan Knight able to just hold that basketball. You got to do your work early. You got to bump off position.
Working on a technical issue with the score bug. It's 89-85 for the Motor City Cruise. 11-10 to go here, fourth quarter, early stages. Marquise Noel guarded by Jones. Noel into the paint. Little Euro step blocked. Blocked by Tark. Comes to MK. 2 on the shot clock. MK fades away and gets it.
That's not getting blocked. That's a 7-footer or a 6, whatever. It's 6'11". I don't even know how tall he is. He's tall.
6'11", 232.
6'11" guy doing
Fade
a Euro
away.
step.
Jones, deep 2. No good. Taken by the Raptors. 9:05. It's 89-87 for the Cruise. Morcell down underneath. Burns a little behind the back. No look. Didn't work. Taken back by Jones. Flipped over to Peak. Looked inside. Fires to Haley. Up top to Jones. Bounce pass. Nathan Knight. 17 points, 8 rebounds. It's another foul on the core maker. That's going to be his 5th, Warren.
Ooh.
He's on thin ice now.
Speaking of McCoy, you never know with basketball players in the height, Matt. 6'11", 6'10". I mean, I've listed at 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". You never know.
Oh, it's a subjective.
There you go.
What's the official height? What's the real height? You know, sometimes there's a few.
Shoes off.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah, the hair, no hair.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, I still have that.
That's not a problem for me. For me, it's crystal clear, unfortunately. 3 up and no good.
No comment.
Landon Kirkwood is into the game for the first time. I wasn't asking for a comment. Inside, that's up and good.
It's one thing we won't talk about is a man's hair, so we're not going to go there.
Morcell's got 13 points, finishing underneath. Tie game, 89-89. Peak spins. Shoulder down on Kevin O'Banner, no way through. Up top to Tark. Knight and Tark gives it back to Tark. 3-ball, and he missed it completely. And he is going to hear that from the fans in Mississauga.
9:05 picking up their defensive intensity, and they need Ryan Terrell to come back in the game.
He knows it's showtime.
Yeah.
He's got that look in his eye. Powell to Kirkwood, down to Jeffries, inside to Morcell. Tie ball game, 89-89. Shot for Daryl Morcell, who's got 15, turning up the heat in the second half.
9:05 reclaimed the lead.
91-89. 9:05 in front in this back and forth affair. We've had 4 lead changes over the last couple of minutes. Up, no good. Tark spinner also no good, and Jeffries fights hard to secure the rebound. Morcell to Noel. Marquise in the paint. Mid-range for Marquise, and that is silky smooth timeout Cruise. Marquise Noel returning this week from a long injury.
For Daryl Morcell, he just plays so hard. He's someone who loves to compete, doesn't mind being physical. Whatever the coach asks him to do, he's able to do. And I think he's playing now because he's starting to put it all together. I think he finds a balance between being physical, finding ways to score, and do the little things. Also rebound, and such a good teammate as well. Every time I talk to the players, they have nothing but good things to say about him. So, all of that encompassing, I think with JFL not being here and a couple of these other guys, he becomes now the focal point, and he's a leader, and I think he's someone who leads by example, and we see that on the floor.
Raptors 9:05 taking a 2-point deficit and turn that into a 4-point lead, although Knight is into the paint. Floater is well short, taken by the 9:05. With 8:20 to go. Noel fires to the corner. Jeffries catch and shoot for 3. No good. Tark the rebound, hands off to Jones. To Terrell. Now has hit 30 points for the first time in his pro career.
We got a heater. He's having himself a game today. Safe to say, I think we know, between Jones and Jones
carrying the bread tonight.
And they did it off the bench as well. They had 22 points in that first half off the bench 2 days ago. So they've come off the bench and been heaters. And now with Xavier Simpson gone, they've just stepped into starting roles Chandre Jones. Ryan Terrell putting on a clinic. 9:05 still have the lead though, Matt.
It's a close one. It's been fun for these fans at the Paramount Fine Food Center. Jones long two, no good. There's a foul call that's going to be Raptors 9:05 basketball. And it's Nathan Knight picking up his fourth, I believe. And it is his fourth, so McCour Maker for the 9:05 on the bench right now with 5 personal fouls. Knight's got 4. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 1 away from another double-double.
Got to find O'Banner now. He has the mismatch. There you go. He's by himself, isolated. You got to go to the rim. Use your size to your advantage. There's no help coming.
Tries to back down on Terrell, kicks it out, and the shot comes in, and Jeffries has got another 3.
That is good basketball.
His fourth triple.
If Motor City continues to put Ryan Terrell in the top of that zone, screen the zone, get the switch, and give the ball to O'Banner and let him go to work and make a play.
Terrell, 32 on the night. He cannot be stopped. Tumbles into the front row. Cruz keeping it close. 3-point game. Morcell for 3. Got it. Back-to-back triples. Timeout Motor City. The 9:05 trying to pull away. Who else would it be? Daryl Morcell.
7 attempts in the last game for 14 points. So 2 days ago, this game, he's 13 for 19, 5 for 8 from 3, 5 rebounds as well as his 32 points. For a guy who only averaged 5 points a game, I tell you, he's taking advantage of opportunity. Opportunity knocks.
Opportunity is here tonight. It's been here this week.
This is his best game film in 9:05, giving him Landon Kirkwood now to defend.
Oh, we got it again. Terrell, a smooth fadeaway for 34.
He's in his zone. He's in a zone, literally.
The man cannot be stopped.
9:05 screen in the zone as they should. And
Kirkwood on the perimeter. 3 ball, no good. Tark has the rebound. That's his 13th. Board of the game.
See if they go back to the hot hand now.
9:05 lead by 4. Jones. Terrell is up top, and Jones is looking his way. Terrell, double team comes. Nathan Knight fakes the 3. Lost the ball. Puts it on the hardwood. 9:05 fast break 3-on-2. Jeffries has it go off of his hands. And the Raptors 9:05 just a little bit too quick on that fast break.
That's where Landon Kirkwood has to be a bit more selfish and force Ryan Terrell to come to him before he gives that basketball up. I know Jeffries is a bit ahead of him, but gotta be a little bit selfish there. You might gotta take those yourself. That would have been the correct decision, just to guarantee the help comes, and then you give the ball up, not before.
And you can tell that Ryan Terrell is perhaps running on fumes. He ran so hard, he went all the way back to the tunnel that leaves the building on that hustle back play. Ball out of bounds, and it's going to be Motor City ball. 2 straight fast break turnovers, Warren.
Sometimes the best thing you can do as an offensive player going to the rim in transition is to be selfish. And those are possessions where if no one stops the basketball, you go all the way to the rim. You don't stop. And then when someone comes over, before they get positioned to either take a charge or try and block you, then you give the ball up. And if I have to convert.
Terrell at the foul line, gets MK to jump, but he doesn't shoot it. Deep 3 from Jones, and that was close, just out. Jones grabs his own rebound. That's 9 in the game. Terrell inside to Knight. Knight, 2 hands flush. 2-point game.
It's a good pass. And that gives Chandre Jones 9 rebounds, so he's 1 rebound away from a triple-double. And Ryan Terrell gets an assist on that one. Back in now the Motor City's in a matchup zone.
Mari Moore is into the paint, gets it to Morcell. Inside again, McCour Maker, turn around and shoot. MK, a mean 16 and 12 tonight.
Good offense by the 9:05.
Double-double for McCour Maker. Adds to that, 9:05 again, up by 4. Jones bounces the pass to Knight, to Terrell, guarded by Daryl Morcell, who's giving him no room at all. Morcell forces Terrell to get it back up top to Jones. Jones, quick on the dribble. Inside, foul is called. The question is, did the shot clock expire? They're saying foul first on the Raptors. 9:05, Omari Moore. Oh, that had to be close.
He said, the ref's explaining now. He said he caught him on the arm before the shot clock. Let's see if they can challenge this. I can't see the shot clock on the other. Yeah, it's a foul. Right on the arm. No, but they are going to challenge. That's good.
It was close.
With the clock
Keep
here.
an eye. Call is overturned, as you mentioned, Warren. It's a shot clock violation and a Motor City turnover. There we go. We got Stripes, the Raptors 905 mascot, bringing up a lucky fan. Hard to beat that seat. Courtside, center court, front row. You get what you pay for, I guess.
Man, you got to get in there and have a dance. Why not?
Terrell's 34 points has kept Motor City right in it. And Chandre Jones 1 rebound away from a triple-double. That would be a career first. Inside, 9:05. Got a good look at the basket. Omari Moore couldn't finish. And now Motor City will have a chance to cut into this lead with 4:05 and counting.
It's a good look at the rim, though. If Motor City sticks in that zone, that's the best thing they could do offensively.
Terrell, a rare miss, his first of the quarter. And the 9:05 will try and give themselves just a little bit of breathing room. Marquise hands it off to MK. Omari Moore, 10 on the shot clock, and the rookie guard turns the ball over. It goes into the hands of Peak. Peak, though, facing numbers with the 9:05 getting back on defense. Keep possession here. Jones, ball in his hand. Pushes towards the middle to Nathan Knight. 3-ball, no good. Taken by Tark up top to Terrell. Fakes the 3, goes to the elbow. No good again. Third opportunity. It's another offensive board. Terrell to Tark. The 3-ball up and good. Timeout Raptors 9:05. They take advantage of a couple of offensive rebounds. And Tark puts himself into a double-double, 11 points. And
for Motor City, they haven't gone too deep into their bench. They've only played 6 guys, and that's why you see Terrell hobbling and limping and cramping. He's playing a lot of minutes.
Just 3 points on the game for Motor City's bench, being outscored 34-3 in the game. By the way, a rebound was taken away from Chandre Jones, so he's now at 8 rebounds, 2 away from a triple-double. 1-point game. McCour Maker and Marquise Noel, 6 on the shot clock, and Marquise goes right past Terrell, trying to feature the big man, turned it over. Here's Jones for the lead. Out of bounds, Motor City ball, Daryl Morcell. Big-time defense for the former Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year.
Big block by Daryl Morris. This is a huge play. No body contact at all, just all ball.
20 on the clock. Jones to Terrell. Motor City looking to jump in front again. Terrell tries to back down to Marquise Noel, and he turns him over.
Off of his leg. You know what that reminds you of? That reminds you of Kyle Lowry. You ever remember when people used to try and post up Kyle Lowry? It'd either be a charge or a turnover. Marquise Noel playing the percentages, and then gambles here, takes the strip and knocks it right off of Terrell. And the last possession for the 905, Matt, very stagnant offensive. They have to keep the ball moving and screen this zone, and you put the ball in the middle of the floor. Penetrate the zone, make a quick decision.
O'Banner quickly into the paint. Up top to Morcell. Mid-range for Morcell. Tip back. Also no good. Underneath for Daryl, who bangs it in. 20 points on the night for Daryl Morcell. The 905 up by 3.
Right place, right time. Daryl Morcell in the mix as usual.
Second chance points for the Raptors 905. Less than 2 to go in regulation. Jones guarded closely by...
Face guarded by
Omari
Morcell.
Moore. And Morcell there as well. This is Knight. Goes right at the big man Maker, and with the left hand puts it in. Back to a 1-point game.
We are going down to the wire here, Matt. What else more would you ask for?
Finishing the season in style.
And showing how much it matters. You want to end the season off with a W.
103-102. 3-ball for Daryl. Well short. Underneath. Saved by Kevin O'Banner. Back to Morcell. 5 on the shot clock. Morcell kicks it out. Omari Moore's got to shoot the ball. Oh, just misses. He didn't realize he didn't have a lot of time left, and he rushed the 3 and just missed. Motor City can take the lead with a field goal. Tense moments in Mississauga. Jones didn't like that look. 8 on the shot clock. Now he'll go into the paint. Chandre Jones runs out of room, and the 905 get the stop.
I think Chandre sprained his ankle on that possession as well.
Slow
He's
getting
hurt.
up.
5 on 4 for the 905.
Limping back in. 45 seconds and counting. Raptors 905 lead by 1. Marquise, ball in his hand, spins away from Peak. Marquise, left hand. MK, huge three. MK! Timeout Motor City. The big man from deep, and the 905 lead by 4.
Big shot, MK. It looked good as soon as it left his hand, too.
Tark the inbound, Peak the ball, start the clock. Raptors 905 leading by 4. Peak has the ball, he's guarded by Morcell around the screen. Still with Peak, Sam Peak, tough contested shot, got it. Back to a 2-point game. Morcell. Motor City taking its time, but eventually fouling. 20, check that, 18.3 left on the clock, and now the foul shots become a massive part of this game.
He's not at the line yet. They're not in the bonus, but at the same time, I thought for sure Motor City would try and trap the ball and try and get a turnover before they start fouling, but makes sense. They're not at the line yet. They want to stop the clock, so you put your best free throw shooters in the backcourt. That's Amari Moore. And it definitely should be O'Banner taking the ball out in case they foul.
And it is Kevin O'Banner. And now the foul comes in. That is the 15th foul. So now we will go to the free throw line, and 2 more seconds tick off. 16.5, and exhausted Ryan Terrell. His team down by 2. It has been a fight.
Yes, it has.
And right now, Kevin O'Banner at the line. 2 of 3 today from the foul line. And 2 big shots coming up for KO.
First one good.
On the season, shooting 72%. This is a massive shot here to make it a 2-possession game. KO up, got it. Got 2 when he needed them the most. And it's a timeout called by Motor City, trailing again by 4. So, the Raptors 9-0.
By percentage, probably their best free throw shooting group.
Jones to inbound. Amari Moore stands in front. The clock reached 16.5 seconds. 14 on the shot clock to Peak. Looks at it and he steps out of bounds. And Motor City may have just tossed this game away on the turnover.
You saw the 905 bench.
Everybody was calling that.
Point right to the line.
It was a tight play on the inbound, and Peak not fully aware of his surroundings, and he'll foul quickly. Morcell and the 905 have a chance to put it out of reach.
Yes, sir.
Another look here as our great crew will dial it back. Jones to Peak and take a look at the feet.
2 and right.
Oh, he's well in the red.
He didn't even stand a chance. There's no hiding
that is not even close.
Yeah, I think Sam could have sat down with the team. I thought it was
fully
just a shoe on the line. No, his whole leg was out of bounds.
That is a tough break for Motor City. 17th turnover of the game is a very costly one. 905 with Morcell at the line. Up and good with number 1. And the Raptors 905 a couple of seconds away from ending this season with a couple of wins at home. Misses the second. Jones races in. Foul was called. Raptors 905 only have 2 team fouls though, so this is going to be an inbound.
It's a good foul.
Morcell takes the foul, and we'll have Jones inbound. Jones, the bounce pass to Terrell, stripped to the basketball.
And we're going the other way.
It is another turnover. Terrell says, why not the foul? Marquise says that's a turnover. Two quick ones right in front of the Raptors 905 bench.
Right on the ball.
Mo G and Kobe Simmons, unavailable as they're with the Raptors, are just absolutely loving it.
Marquise Noel now turns it over.
5.4 to go, 5-point game. Last gasp here for Motor City. Jones, ball in his hand, over his head, whips the ball up top, he throws it away. Daryl Morcell, there's some contact, and Morcell will go to the line. Peak does not want the season to end that way.
I mean, and they're talking about it. He was trying to dribble the ball out.
Instead, he'll go to the line.
And that's I thought it might have been a clear path or clear take foul. Instead, it just ends up being 2 regular free throws, and we can seal this victory for the 905.
Coach McMillan looks on as he's about to finish his first year as an NBA G League head coach. Spent 3 previous seasons with Atlanta.
And the kids are cheering MVP for Daryl Morcell.
And that is it. Close the book on 2023-2024. The Raptors 905.